Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Al. I'm out here working on this reverse flow smoker. This is one of the smaller backyard models, I guess you could call it, 30 by 18 reverse flow. This is one of the ones you've seen me cooking on a lot of times. Just a different look to it. I had a couple different versions of this that I ended up selling after I used them for a few years. But this is just the main chamber here that I'm getting put together. Standing all the panels up. I usually just get on the table and put that top part on there. There I'm putting some little spacers in there that'll kind of help hold it. And then once I get it tacked on, I'll reach in and break those back off. Then this is the firebox for it. I really didn't get as much footage as I wanted to on this thing. But I got a little bit of it. This firebox, I have a cooktop on it, a little grill. Now I'm just trying to stick a screwdriver in there to get the gap to open up. Kind of flushing it against that square that's sitting up there. Then this is the smoke collector. You can kind of see on that firebox I framed the top end with angle. And that'll be where the grill sits. I like to get this smoke collector on the chamber before I put the firebox on. I'm not always able, but if I can, I'd rather do that because it's hard to get between there and weld that bottom with the firebox already on it. Then over here is just getting the firebox put on. I already got that collector on, you can see. And this is starting the top of it for that firebox. I just drew me a cardboard template to get the shape of it. It has to fit underneath that smoke collector and everything. On the reverse flow, you know, your exhaust is on the same side as the firebox, so it makes it kind of complicated. You can't really hinge it on there. Then just getting it fit up and welded out. You may have seen the video on the door that I posted. I ended up just adding that clip to this. Quarter-inch. go ahead and get the vent cut out while I'm here. There'll be a circle come out of that faceplate, and you can use it for the vent. You just have to cut it a little bit smaller after it comes out. But I'll use it for something else, and I can go ahead and get this one done. So I got it drew out on here. I just kind of went 1.5 inches from the edge and then drew the flames in. The circle's just a little bit bigger than the vent size. People ask about that circle burner a lot. It's just something I kind of rigged up over time. The stem of it originally came off a circle burner, and it got messed up, and then I changed it to fit another plasma cutter, and now that plasma cutter don't work anymore, so I had to rig it up again to make it work on these, and it works out pretty good. I mean, if you had to get down to exact sizes, you might have to really tweak it, but and this is just a matter of I skip around a lot, trying to reduce warpage if there is any. After I get a few pieces out, I'll clean it and then come back and do some more. That's just to make it more stable when I'm cleaning it with those files. The more you cut out, the more it's going to want to move around and wobble while you're filing on it. And I think that's the last little piece there. I went ahead and got it cleaned up, and then I put it in some vinegar overnight. Just let it soak, that and the vent, to get all the mill scale off of it. You can see the vinegar sitting over there. I use an aluminum tray if it fits in there. If not, I have a bigger tray that I can use. But that's just for some contrast. Like I say, it'll have an oil finish, and it'll just give a little contrast on the door. I went ahead and tacked the frame to the back, and that was a 1/2 inch hole that I'm drilling. This is what you're going to need to make this latch. This is an 8 inch by 3/8 bolt. You'll cut that head off right there, then measure back 1 3/8 inches and bend it. You're going to need some heat to bend it. This is a little 1/2 inch sleeve with a 3/8 opening. Actually, I think it's just over 3/8, and 3 5/16 washers. That little sleeve, I get that piece, one of those 4-foot pieces from Home Depot, and just cut those off. It's 3/4 inches long. You set that door up on a 3/16 spacer. That way the little thing will come out the end. And that's tapping that into that 1/2 inch hole. Get you a couple tacks on it. You ain't got to try to weld around it or nothing. Just get a couple tacks on it to hold it. Then flip it over, get your spacers out of the way, and tack that side also. Hit it with, if it's got any kind of little BB or anything on it, hit it with a file and get it off of there. Then you'll take the bolt that you bent, put your little grease on it. That's just going to help keep it from tacking itself inside that sleeve. Then put a washer on it and slide it down in there. Get it to where you're holding it pretty straight. I use a pair of needle nose. Get you a tack on both sides. Then you're going to flip it back over. Stack your spacers up back there and put it on those. Drop you another washer down there. Now here you got to kind of watch. You got to kind of look under the plate. Make sure you're getting it as straight as you can. Because if this thing gets crooked, then it's not going to want to turn. Tack on both sides. Put you a pair of vice grips on that part underneath, because you're going to have to bend it, and that's going to give you something to hold. Heat it right above the tacks until you can bend it. Then just bend it over kind of halfway. You're going to put a spring handle on there. Then you slide that third washer on. Slide the spring over it so you know where to tack it at. Alright y'all, I about got it finished up and out here getting it hot. Putting oil on it. It has a table that'll go on the front, it's just not on there. Fixing to hit it with that oil again in just a second. I'm gonna let that coat burn in for a little while. Get out of here and do it again. I'll go ahead and put 3 or 4 coats on it. All right, y'all, I got it all finished up. But anyway, take a quick look at it. Burn in right now. You can see I got that table put on now on the front. This smoker is for sale, so if you're interested, you can shoot me an email. I'll have it in the description box. This is a 30 by 18 reverse flow with a cooktop on the firebox. Built with 1/4 inch. It's on sale now for $1,100. Has your 2 racks on the inside. It's been seasoned on the inside with vegetable oil. The outside is done with linseed oil. That side door gives you access because it's set up to grill inside the chamber if you wanted to. Those diverter plates can be removed, and it has a coal rack and ash pan down there. And the vent on that side door is to cause your draft to go the right way if you're grilling in there. The top on firebox is removable. It has a gasket underneath it. Has cool touch handles on the side for picking it up when it's hot. The coal basket in the firebox can be moved up if you wanted to get the fire hotter on that rack. It also has your ash pan down there. But like I say, my email will be in the description box. You can shoot me an email if you're interested in this one or another smoker or grill.